Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are just joining us, welcome, and I'm glad to have you here. So in today's video, we are going to be making the corn veggie buddy. I do have a written pattern for this. If you would prefer that, I will link that down in the description below. So for the pattern today, I'm using a worsted yarn, and I am using the brand I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby in the green and the yellow. I'm going to be using an F hook. You're going to need a yarn needle, a stitch marker, some scissors. You're also going to need 15mm safety eyes, and you're going to need some fiber fill. So let's grab all of our supplies and we'll get going. Okay, so part one of this video is just going to be the main yellow body of the corn, and then part two video will be all the leaves and the arms and the legs and the assembly of the doll. So for this, you'll need your yellow yarn, your hook, and your stitch marker to get started. So we're going to start with a magic ring, and we're starting off with some basic increase rounds, and then we will start making our popcorn stitches, which I will show you how to do. Okay, so in this magic ring, we're going to make 6 single crochets. All right, once you have your 6 made, just go ahead and pull that tail closed. And that is round 1. So for round 2, we're going to increase a round. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around. Okay, so that is round 2. You should have 12 single crochets in this round. At this point, I grab my stitch marker and I put it in the last stitch in my round. You can also put it in the first stitch. So it's just personal preference for you. All right, so round 3, we're going to start off with 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to increase in the next stitch. And then we're just going to keep repeating that pattern. So 1 single crochet in the next stitch, increase in the next. So continue that until the end of round 3, where you will have 18 single crochets made. Okay, that finishes off round 3. So for round 4, we're going to do 2 single crochets. So 1 in the first stitch, 1 in the next stitch, and in the third stitch, we'll make our increase. So 1 single crochet in the next, 1 in the next, increase in the third. Okay, so continue that pattern around to the end of round 4, where you will have 24 single crochets made. I'm going to go ahead and skip forward to round 5, so all you need to do is just pause the video until you get to the end of round 4 and then hit play when you're ready to move on. Alright, so round 5 will be our last regular increase round, so we're just going to follow the same pattern, but this time we're going to do 3 single crochets. So do your 3, and then in that 4th stitch, you'll make your increase. Okay, so do 3 single crochets and then increase in that 4th. At the end of round 5, you will have a total of 30 single crochets made, and I will meet you back at the beginning of round 6. Okay, so we're on round 6 now, and round 6 we're just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. That's all we're doing. So at the end of round 6, you will have again a total of 30 single crochets. So go ahead and work your way around to the beginning of round 7, where we will start making our popcorn stitches. Okay, we are now on round 7. Before we start this round, I'm just gonna let you guys know I have a tomato Veggie Buddy video up. If you haven't seen that yet, I will link that here and down in the description, so you can go check that out and make him to go with his corn Veggie Buddy. Alright, so round 7, we are starting off with a popcorn in the first stitch. I'm going to take my stitch marker out so you can see it better. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 4 half double crochets in the first stitch, all in that same stitch. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull your loop through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So that's 1 half double crochet. And you're going to do that same thing 3 more times in that same stitch. Okay, so you now have 4 half double crochets made. So we're going to pull this loop out a little bit and take our hook out. You're going to insert it into that first half double crochet that you made, insert it back into your loop, pull that tight, and then you're going to pull that through the first half double crochet, and you just made a popcorn stitch. Okay, so I go ahead and chain 1 right here, and that counts as your popcorn stitch right there, so you can use that in the next round. Okay, in the next stitch we're just going to make a single crochet. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my stitch marker back in that last stitch of the last round so I know where to stop. Alright, so after that we're just going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So you're going to make a popcorn, so I'll do it again slowly. So make 4 half double crochets in the same stitch. Insert into first half double crochet you made. Make sure you don't go into the single crochet you made. So just count over 1, 2, 3, and 4. Insert it into that, and then into your loop, and then pull it through. Chain 1, and then single crochet in the next stitch. Alright, and you're just going to repeat that pattern around. So popcorn, single crochet, popcorn, single crochet. You will have a total of 30 stitches in this round. So if you want to go ahead and continue that around to the end of round 7, and then we'll meet back at the beginning of round 8. Alright, so this is what we have so far at the end of round 7. It kind of looks like a cute little flower. In fact, I have a sunflower pattern I'm going to be doing that kind of looks like this that I will be putting up next week or 2. So for round 8, we're just going to single crochet around. So you should have ended round 7 with a single crochet. So going in those chains that we made, you're going to make a single crochet, and then in the next stitch, the next single crochet that you made in the last round. So making sure that you just go in those stitches, you're just going to single crochet around. And again, you will have a total of 30 single crochets at the end of round 8. Okay, so I will meet you at the end of this round, and we will start on round 9. Okay, so we are on round 9, and this will be our next popcorn round. but this time instead of starting with the popcorn in the first stitch, we're going to start with a single crochet in the first stitch. So we're alternating our popcorn rounds where we start our popcorns, if it's in the first stitch or the second stitch, because that way this will end, the next popcorn will end up between these popcorns, so it'll alternate them so they're not all in a row. Okay, so make your single crochet in the first stitch and then popcorn in the next stitch. Okay, and then you're just gonna repeat that around as we have been, and just keep going on round 9. So all of these rounds coming up will all be 30 stitches in each round. So we're building up the body part of our corn now. So go ahead and repeat that around. Keep going on that until you get to the end of the round, and then we will do round 10, and then you will just be repeating a certain amount of rounds after that. But I will give you a little written chart so you know which rounds to repeat. So again, finish that round. You'll have 30 stitches in this round, and we'll meet back for round 10. Alright, so that last round should have ended with a popcorn stitch. So the next round, round 10, we're just going to single crochet around, so 1 in each stitch. So start in that first single crochet there. It's kind of easy to miss that one, so start in that one, and then single crochet 30 single crochets around for round 10. So after you finish this round, we'll meet back here, and then I'm going to explain which rounds you're going to repeat and for how many times. Alright, so that is the end of round 10, and this is what your corn should look like so far. So at this point, we're going to repeat rounds 7 through 10 until you have 18 rounds completed. So you're going to keep going until you finish 18 total rounds of the pattern. I am going to put up the written part of rounds 7 through 10 so you can read them as you go, so you don't miss one, or if you have any questions you can just look at that. So I'll put that up now. Go ahead and finish your pattern through round 18, and we'll meet back at the beginning of round 19. Okay, so this is what our corn should look like at this point. So before we move on to round 19, we're going to go ahead and place our safety eyes in. So you're going to count up from, this is actually the bottom of the corn, we're going to count up to row 11. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So in between rows 11 and 12, we're going to go ahead and place our eyes. Okay, so go ahead and place your first one, and you're going to want to put 3 popcorns in between your eyes. Okay, so it will look like that. All right, we can also start to place some fiber fill, and then you'll just add more to it as you are making the rest of the corn. So like I said, this is the bottom of the corn, so we're going to start kind of tapering it up to finish it off. Okay, so I'm just going to place that for now, and we will move on to round 19. So in 19 we're doing one more popcorn round. So you're going to start with your popcorn in the first stitch, so just like we did before, and this one will also have 30 stitches in this round. So do your popcorn in the first stitch, and your single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so continue that around, and then the next round, round 20, we will start our decreasing rounds. Okay, so we are going to do round 20 now, and we're going to start our decreasing. So to start it off, we're going to start with a decrease. So you're going to go into that popcorn stitch, pull up your loop, go into the next single crochet stitch, pull up your loop, you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So we made those 2 stitches into 1, and next you're going to do 3 single crochets. Okay, so we're going to repeat that around. So decrease over the next 2 stitches, and then 3 single crochets. All right, so repeat that around to the end of round 20, and you will have 24 single crochets after this round, and don't forget to continue to add more fiber fill as you go. Okay, so that was our decrease round. Now we are going to do our popcorn single crochet round. So we're just going to do a popcorn in the first stitch, and then single crochet in the next stitch. So same thing you did on round 19, but this time you will have 24 stitches at the end of round 21. So go ahead and finish off this round, and we'll meet back at round 22. Okay, so round 22, we're going to start again with a decrease over the first 2 stitches, and then we're going to just do 2 single crochets after that. Okay, so decrease and then 2 single crochets. You will repeat that around to the end of round 22, where you will have a total of 18 single crochets made. Okay, moving on to round 23, we are going to again do the popcorn round. So start with the popcorn in the first stitch. And you can see that the opening is getting smaller, which is what we want. We want it to come up to a point at the very end, so it's got that nice shape for our corn. So again, repeat this pattern around, popcorn single crochet all the way around. You'll have a total of 18 stitches at the end of round 23. All right, we are now on round 24. We have 3 rounds to go. So this round we're going to start with a decrease, and then we're just going to do 1 single crochet after that. Okay, so decrease and then single crochet, and you're going to do that all the way around. At the end of round 24, you have a total of 12 stitches left. All right, so round 25 is our last popcorn round, and we're going to do the same thing that we have been doing. So just a popcorn in the first one, and then a single crochet in the next stitch. So do that around for 12 stitches. And then we will meet back for round 26, which is our last round. Okay, so for round 26, our last round, we're just going to do 6 decreases. So that's all we're going to do. Just decrease over the first 2, and then decrease again over the next 2, and you're going to do that 6 times total. Okay, after your last decrease there, go ahead and slip stitch to that next stitch, and then pull your yarn out and go ahead and cut it. And then finish that off. Okay, so we have an opening there, so we're going to grab our yarn needle, and we're just going to go back and forth through our stitches here. I just go up one and out the next. Pull that tight, up one and out the next. Go all the way around, and then you can just kind of go back and forth a couple times to finish that off. And then I'll go out like kind of the side here a couple times to weave that in. And then we'll go ahead and cut that. Alright, so that finishes off the body part of our corn, and this is what it looks like. Super cute. So this is part 1 of the video. Part 2, we're going to make the leaves, the legs, and the arms. So I will post the link to that video down in the description below. If you enjoyed making this, comment below, hit the like button, and subscribe so that you can see future pattern videos that I put out. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video.